network in transmission. Yes, Mr. Thompson, you go be quick, you updates.
Just like how I be start for say the Fuenda, now one of the communities where the people were forcefully relocated, and then at the Bond district, Osaisira Ruta Mining Community, the local resources, then they operate. And what happened was that then they make the agreements with the people between the government and the landowners without the involvement, the total participation of the people that win and they bear the brunt of everything. So they can relocate them to one other new community. And the people they say, well, we don't talk, say, they do so this, we get forgiving access to this, access to land, access to, but now they say, you know, as the people protest, then the confusion became the serious one, a lot of high-handedness will occur. So what can happen is that when I go do the investigation, we find out, say, in fact, the people, they deprive them even of some information that they don't even know whether they sign on their behalf. The people, they don't even know the contents. They're not the popularizer. The agreement is done between the elites, quote unquote. Now then they do it on behalf of the people. And then the people, where they suffer, they don't know. Because you see, one of the people, the section chief was there. When the people they asked, who does sign on behalf? That man don't get the mindset. Yes, now me sign on behalf of Una. You see, so that kind of thing, they violate the people the right to information, and then they make the people that really participate in the process. And at the end of the day, that the people themselves they suffer. When the people begin to articulate the issues, even they talk like what they talk to Mr. Bani. That if you look me papa in corruption and one man be they demonstrate. They say now they kind of job bulldoze all thing. They pull the body, they scatter our soul. So now they show cultural respect, you know. So all that thing and they happen out in the field day. But this powerful man, Professor Rugi, we don't talk about the say that kind of thing and there should be due diligence, due transparency in all of their contracts. So him be saying now opportunity for the people them for they complain, for let them get remediation, and also therefore be treated with respect, utmost respect and respect for their human rights.
Okay, thank you. And I know they try to give more emphasis on the UN Guiding Principles on business and human rights, where the three key principles now respect, protect, respect, and remedy. Thank you very much. Family, if you just tune your TV, if you listen to State of Independence, moving with the good, the bad, and the ugly in the freedom train. Right now, Eva V Media Empire, West Street Freedom, Channel 33. We've been talking about they discuss this program, and family, if you have been listening, when I look, we've been get for interview one of the family members of one where they call Mr. Bunting Johnson, when a family member of the Bamak family. And few months back, we don't look at cases that don't come now the Human Rights Defenders Network and the Sierra Leone Alliance, where they handle, where they deal with private land and community land and so on. And as Mr. Sogbandi they talk this now, some of the land grabbers they inside government. And because they're inside government, then they use their offices, they empower them for capture and connive with land grabbers and local authorities for what is it. And so for that reason, we single out one particular case where one can discuss, what they use as an example of the hundreds of cases who don't come to the network and the Sierra Leone Alliance who they try for address. And this case, now one of the cases there also, we been go to the committee where the Minister of Lands been set off for look at complaints on land-related issues. And as we can start the discussion, one first law we look at the map where they show we the entire landscape of that number 2 river, who say we they talk about this land with the incursion, where now property of the Bamak family. Law will just get the land map so that people then will see exactly who saw they try, what will they try for talk and what it mean to that family now the land. And when you look at this map, you see on the map, this is the whole map. This is the original map for that particular number 2 area where they. And a number of people will not get this land, not get this map, but this map will be able to get access of this map from UK. The complainant himself, now he will make get access of this map. And when you look at this map, you see a particular area where marked with blacks, where they tell you exactly say this na the Bamak family property, and this map is dated way back in the 60s, so not a recent map. So even the Ministry of Land, they tell you say that particular portion of land, it belongs to the Bamak family, demarcated. And you go back and you see the other lines there where they show you above their own land, the forest reserve. Where they talk say, other this part, this na forest reserve. If you see the forest reserve area, this na the clear demarcation of the land. And so when you look at this map, it tells you say that land where we Minister of Agriculture, where na Abu Bakar Karim, when the current Minister of Agriculture, with Abu Bakar Turam Conte, when the former headman na number 2 river, don't connect for grab this property where belongs to the Bamak family. And that land they what they discuss so, now land when the family, as this is the original land, the Bamak family, we don't give some portion of this land to the Sierra Leone police for build a police station where for able to secure that particular community. They also give the same portion, another portion of land to the community for build community center, and a community hall and a health center. They also give some part of the land to a church. Well, all the area where the Bamak family give the community, the police and the church, now that land, now in the Minister of Lands, Abu Bakar Karim, go take, say na property. Even though they don't tell and say this not your property, and even though they don't engage them, and even when the family take this matter, now court, where they flam an injunction, now the only person, because now minister, if they use in office, he use police officers, the OSs, he use state resources for continue, for even undermine another state institution, whether the judiciary, we don't put an injunction, say, nobody don't for continue for work. The Minister of Agriculture continue for work because he believes, say, that they get the government, they can do anything what they feel for do, and he do in work, contrary to what the president talk about, where he say, they can for comfort, lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption. And by the conduct of the Minister of Lands, it fully shows a indiscipline, a corrupt, and it shows an amount of lawlessness as a minister, where for show a better example to the people of this country. And so if you make in your own conduct, if you make even some other people be continue for work. And why some people stop for work? Now because the committee, where they pull their reports, they make and clearly say the property belongs to the Bamak family. And when they make that report today, they make it clear, and let's just read part of what in the committee be right for the Bamak family, where show say that land now then get up. Then the committee say the recommendation that the committee found out that Bamak family conveyance dated 26 October 1970 was genuine. The committee also found out that the land has multiple encroachers. The committee found out that Surveyor Julius Safa of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and County Planning was to prepare a report on the extent of encroachment on the Bamak property. What is the recommendation? As agreed with the Ministry of Land, Housing and County Planning official, the report should be submitted by Maurice Safa to establish the extent of encroachment of the Bamak family land and also ascertain whether any of these encroachers have lease offer from the Ministry of Lands. That's not there at all. That the Ministry of Lands should relocate all occupants with lease from them and ensure that the Bamak family reclaim their land. This now the committee report. And when you look at the Turan family, the guy will claim say, "Na ain't get that land." It presents a fake, how you call them, a conveyance or a document where they dated in 2014. And for the purpose of review of them, I want to see what we don't display on the screen. Now that's one of the encroachers them, where claims say, where the Minister of Agriculture, they work with them, where say natural a buy, a document they show say, now 2014. Why the document of the Bamak family is dated way back in 1970. And even up to the office of the Registrar General's office, don't confirm, say, this property of that particular land, it belongs to the Bamak family. So the Minister of Agriculture, if they use a office as a government official, and if they abuse the office of the president, because that office will they use, now president in office, and he undermine the very call what the president they call say, it can for fight lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption. And when you look at the VGT and what they say, the land policy, they try to talk about accountability and transparency. And this, the Minister of Agriculture, no do well at all. And we will continue for make a quick update say, even at the time when it begin to encroach on that land, the people that be put 240-feet containers in the land. Guess what happened? This minister, with other people, then go to take that container there. At the time when we get the first lockdown, where this country they face coronavirus. And so he used the lockdown for begin encroach the property of the Bamak family. So he used in office. Even when they say lockdown, nobody will come out. Stay home. In fact, I mean, stay home. All Monday night host. Now that time they use for go take that container. Can I go down Lumley police station? Now the police they say, no, we'll not get space for this. What did they do? They take Kana Juba military barracks. And Juba military barracks, later on, when they investigate, then prove say, no, this not over there, then take again, can't go down the land. What will happen now? Now then go back. This same minister, then go back, take that container, as they speak to date, that container will not even know outside there. And so the Minister of Land, as they speak, the time when they give the injunction, if they don't make foundation. Now when you go to the site, in compound, it don't raise the house up to wall heights. So in other words, if they still continue for use in office as minister for abuse, even the judiciary, then position, when they don't give an injunction, they don't for continue for work. And even when the Ministry of Lands, the committee don't suggest, say, the report say, this is not the property of the Bamak family. Now, so my brother and my family, now so they bring to now this particular program. If you just tune in television, this now state of independence, moving with the good, the bad, and the ugly in the freedom train. We'll get for give you a phone line. We'll not say get for call and add your voice to this program. We'll not get much time, but I will give you a number. When I will call you. You will listen to this program. If you want to contribute to the program, you will call 077 39 8893. 077 39 8893. Now, the number that we will call and add your voice to this program. If you just listen your TV, you listen to State of Independence, where they count State of Independence, moving with the good, the bad, and the ugly in the freedom train, where they count to now from AYV TV channel 33. Right now, AYV Media Empire, now West Street Freetown. 077 39 8893. And the number that we will call and add the voice to the program. While they also look for the callers, Lord will just look, Mr. Solo. Even though court will not give an injunction, we see inside the Minister of Agriculture not only defy the court order, but it continue for even use state property, the government vehicle, for go do the work and put policemen there on that side for secure that property. I think we don't get a call. Hello, caller. Good evening.
Hello.
If I say name, also call from please. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, concerning about land side, just like I see, I just an advantage they just say, really, I don't see them, really, they really give a bad name to the government. Therefore, make now the president to get, let's say, the way we go class and actually we they talk about the government in a fact. So, like, we not really support that particular act that is just as the local. So, we are not let the president start with the just matter to let people type of know how they get for work. So then and put them to a shape and condition we will make left power and not be bad at the government. That's not the only condition we have.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Yes, sir, Mr. Sogwadi. We see inside a minister, they really, in fact, they contradict in president in word for saying in kind of fight lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption in this country.
Yes, Mr. Bani, I think say the situation really, really unfortunate because waiting more the pain some of the fact that even Wusai, the court don't give a verdict in favor of the Bramak family. And there is a court order. In unfortunate way up to date, the police not able to enforce that court order. We really not able to understand why. Is it because the minister...
But about the court order, even the land where they give the police, now the Minister of Agriculture don't go bill. For many police and claim, they don't even sign the document for them where they give them, say this is their property, then get her. Minister of Land get a copy of that. Police will claim that land for telling me, say, come on here. How they will secure the community? We don't get a caller. No go online. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, come on here the TV, please. Come on here the TV. Will they get you negative feedback?
Okay.
Oh, don't miss out. Yes, sir.
Yes, I say it's unfortunate because when we consult the IG Sobula, he say by the end of the LUC, I think along the police station,
Yeah.
where the Bramak family began for give that land day.
Yes.
So, but the question we are asking, why not enforce the court order? Why the police they delay for enforce the court order is a question we will know.
Now, because the minister, they don't get the power.
This is where
they time for talks. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Name what I call from, please.
Name Ali Kiru, and I call from Bo.
Yes, sir. They have on there, sir.
Yeah, and my own contribution with me one get towards this. This not just they should say inside the president in your team, they get people away to betray him.
Indeed.
That they see inside this. Because like you as a minister, according to the president in your own cry, they sabotage the president. They not say no more. They get betrayal there with her.
Indeed.
I'm your contribution, Randy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, like I don't want to say, it's a bit very, very unfortunate that the police not able to enforce the court order just because this minister and a state authority he get power. But this is very unfortunate. I really wonder the insensitivity and carelessness of this minister.
Yes, it
for goodness sake,
the Committee of Police Security.
Yes, I never understand.
Health Center.
And when they meet him, for if you ask her about the document or the origin or the basis of which they claim the land, it's not the former minister Nangia, the former lands minister. It's in Nangia. But it's an illegality. An illegality, it don't matter when it starts. It still continues. It's an illegality. Why not leave the land? Leave this land, not get document. The person where they claim say he give you the land, the document will get in a fake. It's not genuine. The court don't pass verdict in favor of the Bramak family yet. Now this they bring chaos and conflict in society. It's unfortunate that the president is going to read this, making sure say this kind of minister, let's get rid of him. He's not serving the interest of these people. Even the government knows serve the interest because I can't understand how can you have a minister that is so lawless.
So it's like what in the minister they do. So they also make some people their upline if they do some because the Minister of Agriculture, if you go begin sign contracts and agreement with people, that it don't even do justice to the people of this country.
That's what the message. That's the message it is sent to we.
Lord God online. Hello, good evening, caller. How are you?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Name what I call from, please.
Yes, now, I get land. Oh, a policeman, tell me, and said I ain't get some. Oh, not saying get the land.
All right, we will discuss that after the program. We will call you and make sure we will tell you, say we can let come file in that report. Now we'll add again to the numerous cases we don't get here after the program, yeah?
All right,
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes, like I know what they say. I mean, this is very, very unfortunate. This is like a senior minister, I mean, within the government of Sierra Leone. And look at the posture of the president before he came to power. What he promised we? War on corruption, lawlessness and indiscipline. And look at the behavior of one of his ministers. Is the president not aware of this? Mr. President, if you're not aware, no say your current agriculture minister is a law unto himself. The land will get, na people their land, na private land, the court don't establish her, and yet, they let go. It is still they use in state resources and state power and authority for dispossessed people of their land. This is unfair, and mark you, this case, if we're not able to resolve an area, we're not mind going to ECOWAS court too. We will do everything humanly possible for ensure say that land the Bramak family get up, because that's their right, and they get that land, and if you get them, you don't get genuine papers for them, left the land for the people that will really get the land.
And what is so frustrating, that the Bramak family, they don't give parcel of land for the construction of a police station.
That's the point.
For secure that community. So in other words, the Minister of Agriculture, no one care about the safety and security of the citizens or the community members na the number 2 river. Then they don't give land for the community forget health center. But what else this minister want to do? How he go be so callous enough for deprive the community for enjoy what you don't get, what the family don't give them people. So yeah, I see you want to say something, Mr.
Yeah,
Thompson.
well, this is just remind me of what did happen. One bad person, it is a poison to the whole world. Then the president of Russia, you know. So this is show say something is wrong, and therefore I think say we from the CSO point we think say the president will take firm action against this minister and make it quit, make it call and quit.
All right. If this now state of independence, moving with the good, the bad, and the ugly in the freedom train. This program, the country know from AYV TV channel 33. Right now, AYV Media Empire and West Street Freetown. This now program where the Human Rights Defenders Network, they run every first Tuesday of every month. Now AYV, yeah, we support from the Irish aid or through the Irish embassy, and our program will go for continue for some time. And we also expect say people there for contribute. So we want to make this program become a people's community-owned program. And the time we Irish Aid Fund now only for about 8 programs. So and we'll get for continue with this program. So that make when the program starts, we display some numbers and the account. When community them, individuals there, we get interest of this program. We want to see the program for continue for support. Mr. Sogbani, let me ask the land committee and the Ministry of Lands. Now 2 things don't go on the play on this particular Bramak family the land. When the family go na police, the police write to the Ministry of Land for an expert opinion. And they go resurvey the place.
Yes.
And the Ministry of Land come back with a report say that particular parcel of land belongs to the Bramak family. It not only stop there. The committee gave what the Ministry of Land established. Then also in their own wisdom, they look and say that particular property belongs to the Bramak family. Indeed. And they recommend say may the family take possession of their property. All this information is then at the table of the minister.
Yes.
But yet still the minister continue for occupy that place just because it is in governance. And the office we occupy now the office of the president. So automatically it go in contravention to Iyon boss, which they can forfeit lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption. So what is the conduct of the minister? It is suggest to we say, who shall defend lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption? That is the office of the president.
Sure. You know, it's really, really unfortunate. Make I talk very clearly. Truth is constant. It no matter whichever way you look at it. Even if they survey that land 1,000 times, the fact of the matter is the land where this indisciplined minister of agriculture don't occupy, now the bona fide property of the Bramak family. That is clear. There is no way we are going back on that. And I continue to say, if the government of Sierra Leone is not able to handle this the way we want them, in terms of giving justice to those whom justice is due, this matter I will take her to ECOWAS court and will not mind whatever the outcome. We go must ensure say that even blackmail or whatever, they even black this country because of violating the rights of citizens to the right to land. This land it belongs to the Bramak family. The law don't prove it, don't go to court. Even the Ministry of Lands officials, the survey section, they don't go to survey that land, and the outcome is that that land is owned by the Bramak family. Mr. Minister Duya, with respect to you and your honor, pack up and left that land because that land it belongs to the Bramak family, and the community get for benefit from that land. They get for build hospital there, they get for build police station there, and this is very good for community development. Duya, relocate somewhere else in your own interest, or else you face judgment either within the country or within the ECOWAS court.
And the thing where they confuse me, even there was a time when the Sierra Leone police do a site visit for go really see when the claimant's been there. And the Human Defenders Network, including the Sierra Leone Alliance,
yes,
they may invite you to go there.
We'll be there.
And the officer who been lead that team the minister call her.
Yes.
And the man tell her, say, okay, within this site, this family don't count their own document. Come with your own document. Take it there as we talk. The minister not present that document anywhere.
Because it's not correct. It's an illegal document again.
So on which basis will the minister continue for occupy that private property, the Bamak family, the land, when they do then criteria so?
It rely on authority because a minister, he get money, he get state resources, he get state power. And this is not good. Mark you, election is not the file. These are some of the things that will get for use against some of the state authorities. We will campaign against that. We will use that as a campaign tool. You can't, use state authority, state power for dispossessed people of their land. We cannot allow that, and we are going to go hard. Mr. President, the time for campaign, this is what we are going to use. If we not resolve this matter in the interest of the Brahman family, we are going to use that as a campaign tool against you.
Oh, I think we'll only get calls. I don't forget, I put the phone down. All right, 077398893. I know that you will call. We know we'll get more time again. We'll get about probably 10 minutes. Okay, now go online. Yes, sir. Good evening, caller. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, your name also go from please.
I will call to the boss.
You live on there, sir?
Yeah, this dramatic issue that we discussed, I really get concerned. And this minister, this lawless minister, on the top of. I just want to ask if the minister of land no alliance to not join her to cause this lawlessness.
Well, we don't know it because the former minister they claim he didn't get the land. This current minister don't get the report and we don't meet with him. They don't tell what things again for Terry and with the CC they try for follow up and implement the recommendations of the committee. No, we'll not notice that from the current minister yet.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Now go back online. Hello, caller. Good evening. Hello? Yeah, good evening. Name what's your call from, please? Hello? Will they get you? I think so. Will they get problem with this caller? We'll go only take 2 more calls. We'll not get much time again, so that will allow me panelists and for make them go. Then we'll give them the final word. 077398893. Log online. Hello, caller. Good evening. Hello. Hello, Mr. Kolade. Hello, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. You name of your call from, please.
My name is Mr. Mohammed. I come from Malama.
You live on here, sir.
God bless you. See the program on again in this country. We let it follow. We follow. But all these guys when they talk about the minister, whatever, the lawlessness of this country. We see. Now we see what in the go with Sierra Leoneans. The foreigners in the out in the sea. There are some people in the can in the sea. It's all like judiciary irresponsible. Because we take somebody in property and you are the minister. Because it depends on the judiciary. Then we're going to continue with the body. They don't take this don't rampant corruption at this country. All this time judiciary is irresponsible. We are not blaming that minister. We can't say mass.
Okay.
Because not so we're going to come to my the judiciary is mola. I want mola, not to know for mola. That was from above. Nobody will get right by this country. We people will not get right by this country. So this really, if we are not step on judiciary in this country, we like people in danger. We property them in danger. We set them in danger. So then they administrative men are the most common life in this country. Judiciary in any country.
All right.
If we not get a position, anybody will do what you want. Case in that court is not the tax year. Because when they do that case in a court, get to madam and run on bill. Get in there and begin that case in a court. So judiciary is responsible. Yeah. We not step on judiciary. We not want the judiciary. We not put on the judiciary. Let it know, let it be independent.
Thank you very much. And also we go cut off the phone line. We're not going to take call again. And indeed, this caller will call a lady foundation because the next program we'll go for look at now the criminal justice system in this country. We'll go for deal with the judiciary, the police, and the entire criminal justice system, the judiciary, the police, and the correctional services. Mr. Sogbani, let me come to you in 1 minute. Let you go give you your final word and say goodbye to family.
The final word to the Minister of Agriculture. Mr. Honorable Minister of Agriculture, with respect to you, I get the greatest respect for you. Please, in the name of justice and fair play, ensure say you give the people the land, the Brahman family. Vacate from that land, you give the people the land. You don't get any legal document. The possible way you buy that land from, you get fake document, the document not correct, and by extension, if you say you claim to the land, it's not justified, not legal. So leave that land for the Brahman family, or else this fight here, not to just in Sierra Leone, we'll get for take her beyond Sierra Leone. Till next time, I tell you, thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Thompson, we'll give you final word.
Yeah, my final word is that start a wake-up call. The need for justice, the need for follow-up on waiting your election promises. So this will just ask the president and in team for let them really take this Mr. Brahmak land issue as a typical case in point for sure say discipline for day and the rule of law for prevail over everything.
Thank you very much. And Famulem, I want to say we want to call on the government and particularly the current Minister of Land that make this program we call and say the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you go through discussions, we don't look at the good things of this government, particularly what the Minister of Lands don't they do. What are the good things? Try for bring sanity. These are the 4 sides women they go inside that ministry. Why they go left in our office. Try to go enough. Like when you go to Kinjimi market. You know they see any semblance of an office. Bravo and kudos to you, Mr. Minister of Lands. You don't do what you say. You don't put the infrastructure. What are the tangible thing? The hard component. One the soft component. Let people then get the rights and access to the land and property, and particularly the land where they now number 2 river, where they belong to the Brahmak family. We also want to make sure say we encourage the Sierra Leone police. The Brahmak family do so good that community, and if you don't go there Sunday, you see how the number of people that they go there for go even a beach, and even the days and the community they grow. He said this land here, let's give some portion of this land for make the community will get a police station where go there in charge for do safety and security of that community. The Minister of Agriculture don't deprive the community for get police station and police people for protect and secure them. Mr. IG, now you at the time when we did Lumley be engaged with Brahmak family for that land. They approve it, then give you. Now don't sign. There is a document to that nature. Mr. IG, can you please use your good office or engage the Minister of Agriculture for tell and say, please, sorry, sir, excuse me, we want to make use of your property. And for God's sake, Mr. President, now he talks say in the count human development, human capital development. The family don't give land to the community for get a community center and a hospital. For that kind of community, you want the health of people and particularly picking them. Mr. President, would ask your good office for make you take appropriate action and advise the Minister of Agriculture make it back out. The community want use the land and even the church for pray. If you know they pray, Mr. Minister, would they give opportunity to the community for make them give let them enjoy the rights to religion. This way don't do so, it don't deprive of the rights to religion. In this country, we religious tolerance. So we appeal to you. Now so they bring the program down. We want to plenty take to all the one that we call and add their voice to the program. We'll tell them thank you for one adding a voice. The one that will call when they will take their call, will they say sorry, and better luck next time. Until the next first Tuesday of April, we'll bring this program back to now with another live edition of another program. We'll look at the criminal justice system in this country. Mina Alphonsus Biangbani, when the Executive Secretary of the Human Rights Defenders Network, and when the host and moderator of this program. At the Visioner, a pleasant week.
That's election train, it's coming, it's coming.